Checking. Welcome to We the Blueprint.
I'm Joel.
I'm Anthony.
What we gonna talk about today?
Hold up, slow down, brother.
Oh, okay.
Going too fast.
My bad.
You gotta tell them where they can find us.
On YouTube.
Where else?
YouTube.
All podcast platforms.
They working on it.
What you mean?
Something happened.
Something happened.
Just
What
look
happened?
on YouTube. You see our face.
Oh man, the procrastination still there.
Nah, I just realized I ain't doing something right.
Oh, you like me on Instagram? I still don't know how to post. That boy Tim's supposed to show me how to post.
Yeah.
But that's another episode.
YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah.
And
YouTube,
Instagram. You
that's
can follow us on Instagram at We the Blueprint.
Right. On Instagram?
Yeah.
No, We the Blueprint podcast.
Podcast. I know I'm forgetting something.
Yeah.
So now, what you want to talk about?
Well, we can talk about two things. We can talk about what happened today with these young boys.
What happened?
With the young boy that you had.
Oh, nappy-head young boy.
Right. Or we can talk about slavery. My trip from Savannah.
All right.
What you want to talk about?
Ooh. Let's go with the lazy young boys first, and then
Okay,
we get to
all
the
right.
slavery. Y'all young boys need to step your game up, man. Coming in here to get a haircut, hair nappy, you don't want to comb it out, pick it out, and expect the barbers to do all that work. Got to stop. You don't care how your hair look, we gonna start.
That's the main thing. It ain't even your hair. You just don't.
You don't care.
They don't care nothing about nothing. Like how they look. But want you to and man up. If that's how you want your hair, just say that. Tell your mama that. Don't come back in
Yeah,
here.
right. And summertime, you can tell that all they did was lay around, play video games.
Oh yeah.
Breath be stinking. A butt be stinking. Get up out the chair.
Oh, that's the worst.
That's the worst. When you get up out the chair,
That's
that
the
stink
worst.
still up, coming up, hit you in the face with a mask on.
Right.
With that mask on, I'm talking about spacker.
So normally, cause we only had one episode where we talked with a barber, cause we normally don't
Talk
talk
about,
about
what we
what
do.
we normally go through.
Yeah.
I mean, we in the shop obviously, but I
Right.
guess it's a good time to talk about it.
Yeah.
So,
Hygiene.
as a barber, I'm gonna ask you, as a barber, what can people do to make sure they experience is good when they come into the barbershop?
Hair your hair. If you have an afro, pick it out. First
Okay.
of all, know what kind of haircut you want,
Mm-hmm.
and brush them teeth.
That's a start. Yeah, that's a good start. But yeah, I don't know where we went wrong. It seemed like the past 4 or 5 years, it's like really got worse. But like people come in, they don't even know what they want.
Grown men too,
This-
not just kids.
And this is what I always say. This is my thing. Okay, at some point during the week, you decided you wanted to get your hair cut, and you either made an appointment or you decided to walk in. If you decided to walk in, you're gonna wait. So you sit there and wait, maybe 3-4 people in front of you. Then you decide to sit in the chair, and then you're gonna be like, I don't know, what you think?
What you think?
I don't care.
I give you a quick even. Get your-
Right, I'm trying to get to that, but I don't care how
Trying to
you want
get to
your
the
hair.
next
You a
one.
grown man.
They don't realize this is a business at the same time. We joke, laugh, and all that good stuff, but we
Right.
still business, man. We got to take care of our clients,
Yeah.
and we appreciate you coming in. We want to take care of you the best we can, but other people have to get the same treatment.
Right.
We got to treat you right.
Yeah, and I think, and a lot of it in the past has probably been, I'm gonna include myself, on us. For whatever reason, people have got the impression that, I guess what we do is not,
Work.
not considered professional. So they come in and they treat us like, I don't know.
So
Like,
you're saying is our attire and the way we dress?
could be, I don't know. But I know a lot of times
If we come in here suited, they'll come in here a different way.
maybe.
You think so?
Maybe, yeah.
People ain't just who they are.
Well, I think it's I think we had to teach them though, which we've started doing. You know, people now know they just can't come in without no appointment unless they're gonna wait a long time. But my thing is, you know, and people would be like, oh, well, I don't know what my schedule's gonna be. But if you go to the doctor or the dentist anywhere else, you just don't hop in over there talking about I want to get my teeth clean.
Right.
Or you know, my head hurt. Can you see me right now? Nah.
It don't work like that.
It don't work like that.
You just can't hop in a barber chair like that.
Yeah.
People don't even have patience no more. We have appointments.
Right.
They can't stick to them appointments.
But eventually we're gonna start charging them for it.
Yeah.
Eventually we're gonna start charging.
Slide. But
it's close to getting full, but when the book is completely full, I'm gonna start charging no show.
Yeah.
And then you can, or you just prepay, and then you don't want to show up.
I understand stuff come up too, so that's why.
I ain't saying being a stickler for it, but you know you got repeat offenders all the time.
Yeah, I had
constantly.
Had one today, 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
The time he's supposed to be in.
Yeah.
He hit me up. I ain't gonna say your name. We got the same name. But he said his battery, I think his battery drained on me.
Oh, okay. Well, that's understandable.
Yeah. It's no biggie though.
Yeah.
That's my boy though.
Yeah, we gotta do better.
But
I think we do a good job with some of the young guys.
But what about the parents and they bring their kids in and don't know what they want the kids.
Right.
They see their kid texture of hair, know they can't get this type of style. Know your kid head lopsided, know they line gonna be crooked.
Right.
It's like
how you not? It's like everybody don't see what some people don't see on themselves what everybody else see looking at them. So they'll come in and they'll bring a picture. Oh, I want that. And we're like, no, you can't.
You can't get it, brother.
I can cut it like that, but it's not gonna look like that.
Man.
But in their eyes,
man, I seen one little.
Like remember the time the dude came in and said he wanted his hair like Ghost on Power. Remember that? I think I posted it on my gram. I got a picture somewhere, and I posted it. But if you would have saw what this dude was looking like. I was like, nah.
I'm like, oh,
because when he first said, he said, "Do you watch Power?" And I said, "Oh, I know where he going. I know good and well. You bet not say it." And sure enough, you know, Ghost over.
Black people should know we all don't have the same texture of hair. I'm telling you, black men, we have probably how many different textures you think we have? It's over 20.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's a lot. So every haircut you can't do. Cause something look good on another person, that don't mean it gonna look good on you.
Right.
Cause you don't have the same texture.
But I think some, like I say, some people, like we talk about, is certain people that come in here from a certain country, and we got the black poster, and then we got a white poster. When we say, what you want your haircut? Oh, well, you know, look on the chart. They always go to
the white.
The white. And I'm like, bro, your hair is nowhere near. So why would you pick out? So I'd be like, okay, well, that's the length you want, I guess.
No, I remember that one woman from a different country said, "Can you cut waves in?"
Oh yeah.
Cut waves in.
Yeah.
You want some waves? Can you?
She's like, this ain't like the. And we was like, what you trying to figure out? What you talking about? The waves? You can't cut that.
You can't cut that.
You either got it or you don't. You got to go home and work on that. And that's work.
That's work. Man.
I don't know. We get it hard, man. People don't realize it.
But I think we have all this technology now, and it seems like it made them lazier, though. They lazier, man.
Maybe.
I think so, man. In every aspect of life now.
You think technology made people like that?
Yeah. Heck yeah. How you not know a name of a haircut? How can you say you want this picture but you don't want the picture. How do you show like a dude
Right.
today? Show me the picture of the haircut.
Right.
Man got a head full of hair. Want to keep the hair. This man got a low shadow fade.
Right.
Now you want me to blend this shadow fade in like this? He got a low haircut. It
Yeah.
don't go.
You would think that somebody showing you a picture would make it easier, but sometimes it's much
It's
harder
hard.
because they don't see what you see.
Right. I don't see how.
I see the picture, I can say, okay, that's a 3 on top, that's a ball fade. But to them, they see something completely different.
I don't see how. Especially at a certain age, you don't have plenty of haircuts, and you know your head.
Right. You should know the name of it.
You should know the hair.
It
name of
ain't
your haircut.
haircuts really ain't names ain't changed for real.
Yeah, you know when your shape up, your line up is leaving.
Right.
You in the mirror every morning.
Right.
You know your
You
head
got
crooked.
fade, ball fade, even all over.
You know your head crooked. You know your line ain't gonna
Taper.
never be straight.
Yeah.
You don't want to push back, but when you give them they regular line, it's crooked in the mud. They're like, "Oh, you messed me up." Nah,
Nah, you wanted it.
you messed up from birth, brother.
Don't push me back. And then they be like, oh, I want a little bit sharper. Okay, well.
Well, they don't realize the darker your hair is, the sharper it gonna look. So you can't have a real low haircut and a
Right.
sharp line.
Yeah.
It don't go.
Well, if they only knew what happened when they leave out there.
What happened? You roast them.
Get the roast. I don't tell all the barber secrets.
Nah,
You gonna get roasted
Yeah,
all the time.
yeah. Anything else you want to talk about the business? I think we got some stuff off our chest.
Yeah, I don't like talking about the business too
Yeah.
much.
We love them though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Hello.
Like G earlier. I could, who just left not too long ago.
Oh yeah.
He was talking about his hairline. He looked at his hairline and said, "Can you let it grow out?" I turned that man to the mirror and said, "Brother, it's not growing no more."
Right.
That thing was circle on one side,
Mm-hmm.
straight on the other. I'm like, brother.
Nah, it's time to let
But
it go.
I'm tripping, man. Do the best you can.
Right.
Man, do what we've been doing.
Yeah.
That's man.
And
it's-
the PSA, if it's starting to leave, just let it go, brother.
Just let it do what it
Just
do.
let it go.
If you ain't pushing it back, brother,
Just letting it go.
Just
Don't be
say-
trying to talk about, I'm going to hold on. No, don't be holding on.
if you just want to keep it, just let that little light spot show. Just let that little light spot show.
Right.
That's what you got to
Yeah.
do. If you don't want to push back, just say, just let my light spot show,
Mm-hmm.
and keep it at that. Be a realist. Hey, that's all I say. My thing is, like I said, you look at yourself every morning in the mirror, at night in the mirror. You know what your head look like.
Right.
You done brushed it, comb it out, you comb it forward. You know where that line is at.
Right.
If you know where that line is at, when you come in here, I'm going to see it because I see many of the lines.
Yeah.
We both know it's jacked up.
Yeah.
Now, I can get it nice and straight, but I'm going to have to do some surgery.
It's going to cost you.
And it's going to be what it is.
Right.
Even for the kids. We got kids who got crooked heads. Now, you want your kid to have a straight line. You're going to have to be pushed back.
How often you think kids ought to get their haircut? Because we got
It
some
depends
school
on-
out. We ain't going to see them till
It depends on,
first week of school.
like I
come
said,
back.
we have different textures of hair. Some kids' hair really grow fast.
Right.
Some really don't. So if it grow fast, every 2 weeks.
Right.
At least every 2 weeks should be the limit. 3 is pushing it. Depends on how fast it grow.
Right.
And that's it. 2 to 3 weeks. Depends on how fast your hair grow.
I got you. I can agree with that.
Because we know you got people who got straight hair that's black.
Right.
They jump and grow fast.
Yeah.
You got some that got that super little naps, that T.I. naps.
Durant.
That Durant. That Durant. Hey, that height on Durant, that's about 8 months right there.
That Durant just
That
thick.
thing 2 inches, 8 months.
That old Durant. Man.
He need to let it go though, cause that spot in the back.
Yeah. He don't care.
Nah, he's straight.
He don't care.
He got it made.
Yeah.
But dang,
So what else we going to talk about?
let's get to your trip.
Oh.
Yeah. Tell us about your trip to Savannah.
So Savannah was cool. Went to the beach, all that, shop, whatever, restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
But at the last day, we did a slave tour. I can't remember what the name of it, but it was a lady named Miss Pat did the tour. She been doing it for a long time.
You got her information so you can shout Miss Pat out?
Yeah, I got it. But
Uh-huh.
what was interesting to me was, I guess I learned that being black and being white, as far as like maybe what you learn or what you see or things that I would think is common knowledge, to some of them, they ain't got no clue.
They don't.
In part because when she was talking about slavery and how the slaves would come in and how they was auctioned off and how they would choose them and inspect them and all this type of stuff, this one lady said, well, what happened to the kids? Could they stay with their mom? And I was like, are you serious? Like, you don't know?
It's prisoners of war.
You don't know how slavery worked? I mean, she was dead serious.
Yeah.
And then another lady asked the question when they were talking about how the men and the women were treated. She said, well, couldn't the men protect the women? Or did the men try to protect the women? I was like, golly. And they were older than I was. Like, what have you been doing with your life?
You never know how.
But that let me know that your situation is so different from our situation that you don't have to even have to be concerned with that. It's like a fact you don't even need to know. Like, for what? It don't affect you.
If you was in the same footsteps as her, you'll be the same way.
That's crazy.
But it's just truth. And that's being truthful.
It's crazy.
But you gotta think about it like this, and I look at it.
Okay.
You know, people like to call me racist. I'm not racist. I'm a realist. But when you dealing with since they came up with racist, the most dominant race.
It ain't possible you be racist anyway.
I know, but you know how we do.
For any of us to be racist.
Right, but you know how they do.
I said what I said. People debate me.
You lost that debate.
It
Take
is
that
what
on
it
you,
is.
though. No, you was right though. But
Underground Tours of Savannah. That's what it is. If you go to
Alright.
Savannah, check it out. It's a good tour.
okay, but almost made me lose my train of thought. But if you was the most dominant race, which white people is, you control everything from history books. You know, they pass some legislation. I can't even talk. Legislations about taking slavery out of history books and all that. If you're the most dominant race and you have all this power to change the education system over and over and over again,
Right.
to basically make you look like you haven't done anything wrong,
Mm-hmm.
and you control from the food and water to every industry it is,
Right.
why would you really be concerned about somebody you basically not, you dominating?
Right.
Only time you really see us is on the news, being violent, and entertaining you.
Right.
So if you see that like 100% of the time, you don't know this individual or black people culture, and what we hear and see. A lot of people like to call it what they like to call it, slavery porn. I mean trauma.
Right.
If all we see is this constant trauma, and you know how they impact us mentally, physically, and all that other stuff, emotionally,
Yeah.
we still dealing with it, even though it happened how many ever years ago, and
Right.
they just free doing what they doing.
Right.
Well, if we got to see a show or a movie or something to remind us of somebody that look like us, that junk still hurt.
Right.
They ain't got to deal with it.
Yeah.
There's no torture. You'll never see, even with Jewish people, what do they have to remind them of what they went through? What movies come out every year or every other year about it?
Now they just only one I know of is Schindler's List. That's the only one I know of.
Is there any? I ain't never read it. Did we have anything about the Holocaust in school? I think I forget. Probably elementary.
Probably like a paragraph or something.
Elementary. Other than that, you don't hear nothing about it.
Yeah.
Now for Black history, if you in a black school that talk about it, you gonna hear about it from first on up. Something about it. So it's embedded in us, and it keep on.
Right.
So we don't realize, and I'm listening and learning too, that trauma still coming on us over and over again,
Right.
and it haven't left us. So, with all that being said, excuse me.
You getting
The
choked
lady-
up, brother? You all right? You need some
About to
tissue?
cry. Nah. But the lady, she don't understand it because she ain't never been reminded like we have been reminded
Right.
of our traumas.
Yeah.
Or what our ancestors went through. So you can't get mad at them. Not at all. I think it's all on us. Either we gonna get better, stop buying all these people's stuff, that I'm talking about material stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and put our money together and build a real community, because we
Right.
don't own nothing, like I always say.
Right.
And I don't mean we got to be separated from everybody, but we want our own stuff.
Yeah.
Till we do that and protect our stuff, it's going to happen over and over again. Because I know people should be tired of their kids witnessing trauma that happened hundreds and hundreds of years ago.
Right.
I'm talking about we got new generation after generation witnessing the same thing.
Right.
You got to stop.
Yeah.
But should it get out the history books to make another race of people look good? That's a dilemma with me, because I think we should know history, because it is American history. We should know it, but we shouldn't have to be reminded of it constantly.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's how I look at it, because the first thing your kids learned was about their people was slavery.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bad look. That's a bad look.
I don't know though. You gotta know about it though.
I ain't saying you can't, but why it can't be something that's great? Why the first thing you have to learn is your people being captured, beaten, molested, tortured.
So you talking about
I'm talking about that's part of it.
but you saying learn about the totality of everything.
Yeah, and we need the truth. Cause how you gonna talk about Christopher Columbus when he never made it here?
Well, see, that's what the lady of the tour was saying, was that pretty much, which we know in most cities, it was all built by black hands,
Right.
and it's evidence right in front of your face, but you just don't know what to look for to recognize it.
It's symbols out here.
Right. The same symbols that were on buildings there in Savannah, the same symbols you can find over in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
So it is no debate. So evident is, if another race was building it, they wouldn't, white folks was building the buildings, why would they put an African symbol on there? They wouldn't.
They wouldn't.
You know what I mean? You leave your mark on whatever it is that you do. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Where you come from?
Right. Just like, when you little or whatever and you doing something with concrete or whatever, you might put your initials in it. It's the same situation.
Yep, your fingerprints.
Yeah. But the city is nowhere around there that you can find anything related to slavery. All the little markers are going to be some little fluff about whatever.
Yeah.
Not related.
Yeah.
You can still see the whip marks on some of the trees at the slave cemetery. You can see the whip marks in the brick downtown Savannah. So, but they don't want to admit. They would just want to act like it didn't. We don't really know that happened.
But it's a business too. You gotta look at it.
Well, see, that's another thing. We talked about business. The auction block where the slaves were sold, I told you,
Mm-hmm.
right around in that little corner, it's like almost like a square. It's in the square. Nothing but banks around the square. Because slavery was a business.
Yep. And the killing part is it was a business then and it's still a business now because
Right.
you done paid whatever you paid to learn some history
Right.
about slavery.
Right.
So who owned those companies?
Not us.
So they still getting paid off of slavery.
Right. And then it'll be like, well, I didn't have anything to do with that.
Almost made me cuss. The thing messed up, dog.
You cuss?
I know I can. I ain't
You
want
can.
to.
Yeah.
You see how that trauma mess with you?
That's another thing the lady said.
What's that?
She said that she had been doing a tour so long and that she eat clean, she exercise, but her numbers weren't the best as far as her health goes, like blood pressure. And she was saying the doctor was like, you reliving that trauma telling that story. 4 or 5 days a week and however long that you've been doing it. And that's affecting your health.
Mm-hmm.
And like we talked about last week, how trauma is passed down
Generations.
generations.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You get your ancestors' trauma.
Right,
It's real.
right.
It's real.
Yeah. Not even if you don't verbally tell your kids about whatever the trauma was, it's just embedded in them just through
Mhm.
the experience.
Mm-hmm.
And that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what we gonna do, son?
I just told you. Tim about to give me 10K. You about to give me 10K.
And then what we gonna do with it?
We about to buy some land.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
we
I got you.
We got 30K right there to start off something.
So let me ask you this. I think
We're going to be serious now.
we may have oh, I thought you were serious.
I am serious.
Okay.
That's something I would like to do, but you know.
So when people say related to the black community, when they say, well, what we need to do,
Well, it is a black community, first of all.
let me just say black folks in general.
Okay. Because I don't think it's really.
When we talk about injustice toward the black race,
Mhm.
whether it be police brutality or unfair practices, whatever, somebody is always gonna say, well, what we need to do is have more respect for each other, or we need to stop killing each other. That's true. I agree with that. But I disagree with the fact that it's gonna make a difference in how we've been treated or how we will be treated.
Yeah and no.
Because the people in Tulsa had respect for themselves. What happened to them? So when people say, "Oh, we got to have more respect for yourself," well, that's saying that we never had respect for ourselves.
Yeah, but I'm getting back to my point about the policing. Now, that's my opinion on everything. Policing will police your community better if you own the community. I feel like if you own your real community, your mayor be black, everything be trickled down. You know who getting hired.
Right.
You know who will be responsible.
Right.
You know who gonna work in your community because 9 times out of 10, the people who police in your community, they should be living in your community regardless.
Right.
So with that saying, I think it all start by ownership. And if we own our community, then it'll be run cleanly, I believe.
Yeah, but that's different than. See, they try to make it seem like, well, if we stop killing each other, then they'll stop killing us.
But you got to understand this too. We all brainwashed, right? Right?
Not me.
Shit.
Not me.
Shit.
I'm not brainwashed.
We all brainwashed.
My brain is dirty.
Well, we all brainwashed, some more than others. But like I said, what they see of us and what they've been taught in training,
Mm-hmm.
majority of everything they see on the news of violence is what? Black.
Right.
Black killing each other, blacks killing each other. We know everybody else killing each other, but the first thing you see is black crimes. When it is a crime, they might say the white person's name. You won't see their face.
Well, yeah, if they don't show the picture, then you know it was somebody.
But my
that's
whole
not
thing
black.
is everything you see violent wise is black.
Right.
When you see a mass shooting, the white person come out just handcuffs and smile.
Right.
We come out, we don't come out.
Mm-mm.
You feel me? So they seeing all this violence and the ones who doing it, they've already got their guards up and ready to kill, I believe, anyway. Plus, they've been trained that way.
Right.
And another thing is, a lot of those people that's police officers probably been in the military, apart from out in the country somewhere, traveling into the inner city, and what they've been taught their whole life, because they ain't been taught slavery, they ain't been taught what the black folks been going through for how many ever years it been. So you put all that together, they got a job they fearing. And a lot of times they want to kill us. They want to torture us.
Because they don't consider you a human being.
And that get back to a lot of people's point is if we stop killing each other, then they may not kill us. But they done seen this for so long, just like how slavery done, we feel about slavery,
Right.
and we still feel that pain. They've been seeing us doing this for so long, and they done treated us like slaves for so long, because it's still in them too,
Right.
that they still don't have
I see what you're saying, but I just think that some are just,
that respect.
for whatever it is, it's just something about our skin that just make them fearful.
I'm telling you, what I believe,
Irregardless of,
I'm telling you, like slavery still bother us, it still is in us. That
Right.
trauma still run through us. I guess I don't even know if you can't call what they done to us trauma, but whatever they folks did to us, I believe it's still running in the vein. If trauma can run through it,
yeah,
that type of trauma can run through their vein,
yeah,
and they feel that, and they feel they can still do what they do.
right.
Like I seen a video of a lady spray painting a black statue
I saw
somewhere.
that fool.
I'm like, the energy you woke up that morning with this energy,
Right.
and that's that trauma. I guess you want to call it trauma, that trauma, but that's what they.
She was the one brainwashed.
But that's that trauma is evil.
Right.
What they have, you can say, if you feel that much hate to spray paint a statue,
Of a black man.
is in them. Because the first thing you hear, this is another thing, when you see a white folks get cool with black people, or you see a black dude dating a white girl, I don't know about when a black woman dating a black dude, but when you see a white girl dating a black dude, first thing they want to say is, can I say ass you, can I say nigga, right? Why? Why that's the first thing you get cool, but you want to say, can I?
They want to be a part of the culture.
We don't have.
But they don't
We
want-
really don't have our culture
but they-
because our culture's been sold. Every time we come
Nah,
up
we
with
still
something,
got a
I don't
we
see.
still
it.
got a culture.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
We
still
we
got a
ride
culture.
hard for gangs. We love the gangs. We ride hard for the gang culture than for our own culture. Say if we say we want to, that's everybody wear the red, black, and green flag.
Right.
You will have more people talk bad about wearing that red, black, and green flag that's black than wearing a blue and red flag.
I don't know.
I'm telling you. They would ride hard for a Crip in the blood than somebody talking about unity.
Maybe.
You know, maybe. We see it.
Yeah.
We see it. The jail culture, because it is a culture, because it's a cycle. People keep going to jail,
Right.
especially us. We in there deep. Now, people happy or claim to be happy that they did time or brag on it. But you happy for somebody to tell you when to get up, when to take a shower, when to do this and that, but you won't listen to your mama or daddy. That's something to brag on?
Not for me.
Taking showers with a bunch of dudes, that's something to brag on?
Nah, I'm good on that. I'm gonna pass on that.
I ain't trying to go to jail. Don't want to go to jail.
Nah,
I don't want nobody telling me what to do now.
nah. That's why I ain't going to the military.
So if I do go to jail, I'm going for a right reason. Because
Right.
whoever did something, they deserve to get what they get.
Yeah.
Other than that, it is what it is. So do we really have a culture? I don't believe we do.
Yeah, we got a culture.
I don't believe so because everything is for sale. Be for sale, man. And I hate to say it like that. Hate to say it. I don't want to sound
Anything-
old though. But dude, if you look at it, dog.
Our culture is everything, and that's why everything been stolen from us.
Yeah, that's true. But we done sold our souls.
From
People don't
From
realize.
inventions,
I agree.
to
I agree
music.
with all that. But
anything they can get a piece of.
we done
that we done
sold it,
put-
man. Think about it though. Remember having a fat butt, the thickness of our women, right?
Right.
The regular shape. Now we so overly sexualized now that even I believe the young boys ain't gonna have respect for the black women like they should, because if they feel like it's easy access. Now they'll go for somebody else now. Now I blame all this on men, the black men, really, because I'm hard on us because I am a black man.
As far as what though?
Because
As far as black women?
yeah,
I mean,
the girls and all that. Because I think as black men, what should be positive, we don't talk about. Like marriage should be a positive thing. Like being a father should be a positive thing.
Right.
Seeing it, making it visible.
Yeah.
What we glorify or what we let, that's why I say sell, let these people sell us on.
So what we being sold?
What we've been sold, everything we've been sold is end up we don't own.
Okay.
So we don't have a culture. So if you go, for instance, I'll get back to the Crips and Bloods, right? So it's been part of the last 10 years or maybe longer. You can go into, say, a Dillard's or a Macy's. You can see some pants and a shirt with a Crip flag on it or a Blood flag on it. Who own these companies and why are they selling this?
But that's what I'm saying. That's our culture though. That they profiting off of.
How is that culture?
Because we come up with it.
We don't own nothing. Culture is owned.
We still come up with it.
We came up with everything. We
still
invented
come up with
everything. We invented.
If we wasn't here, what would they have? What would they wear? What would they listen to?
But that's everybody.
Who would they go
though.
watch
That's
the
the
play?
world. That's the
That's what I'm
world,
saying.
though. We done created everything from sanitation to education.
Right.
So we know this.
Right.
But I'm talking about. That's why I said we don't have no culture, because if a true culture is never sold, you doing the selling, you not being sold your own culture. How we buying our own culture if we the ones creating it?
Okay. That's a good point.
How we the consumer of our own culture? That's why I said back to ownership. We have a black community, which is our culture, right? Our
Right.
own community.
Right.
But we don't own it. We don't own our culture, man. We don't have one.
Dang, that's true. That might mess with me the rest of the night. That's about the only thing you done said on here.
Dude,
It might be the second thing. I can't remember the first one.
I'm deep. I be holding back sometimes because I don't want to come off like people like to call me James, a racist. I'm about to start saying names. But no, but for real. That's why I feel I may be wrong.
So
Somebody
why is it not possible? Because I say that all the time. Why is it not possible?
what's not possible?
For you to be a racist.
because I'm not racist. I don't hate nobody. Ain't no you.
Even if
I
you
don't.
did, is it possible for a black person to be racist?
No.
Why not?
What system
Because you
have
don't own
we?
nothing.
We don't own nothing. And what system
Exactly.
have we created to put
Right.
another race?
I could just not like somebody,
Right. That's just not like it.
but I can't do nothing to hold them back
Holding back.
and hold their kids back and their kids back.
I'll say you can't. You're not free to do this or not do
Right.
that.
Or send them to jail.
Make up a new law real fast to send them to
Right.
jail for some time.
Absolutely.
That's why I say everything. We don't own nothing. And I don't know if we can talk about Snowfall. Snowfall is a great show. You didn't watch it yet, huh? But growing up in the 90s and reflecting on that drug game and how it was, we've been sold again. That's some bad trauma right there. But knowing friends who mother and daddy was on crack,
Right.
seeing friends selling drugs to their own people,
Mm-hmm.
family members,
Right.
and you think about all the violence, and a lot of people made money. There you go, you sold your soul. I consider anything that hurts your own people to make money, I consider selling your own soul.
Right.
It's like a thief. You're gonna steal from your own people, you sell your soul. But it's a good show. It's a reality, but it's not good at the same time. Because I think it's inviting more trauma.
You think it's glorifying it?
Yeah, in a certain way.
Okay.
Yeah, it's glorified in a certain way.
Yeah.
But it
I'm
is a
behind. I
good
ain't
show.
watched it.
It's a good show, but I watch it and I think I look at stuff a little differently. But I'm like, dang, it's good, but it's sad at the same time.
Right.
And then I don't know, Franklin,
But I mean, although I ain't seen it,
Yeah.
I'm sure it still shows the good and the bad of it.
it's no good. How can it be good when it's majority
Well,
bad?
when I say the good of
Well-
it, like they showing it's being glorified, so you seeing the material things, but then you also seeing the negative side as far as people dying, people getting addicted, people losing parents, kids becoming
Ain't nothing good out of it though,
Yeah.
Joe. Ain't nothing good came out the crack era. Nothing good.
nah. What I'm saying it.
I don't care how you look at it.
The only reason I ain't never considered selling drugs because my nerves be bad.
Well,
That's probably other than that, I may have gave it a shot. I don't know. It paid in full. That BMW was nice.
I ain't saying the material. See, this the thing, and I'm not materialistic at all. So
Right.
I like nice things. I see nice things like a car or something. It's nice. It
Right.
looks nice. But my bigger picture is it's not black owned. So I can't. I'm telling you, if I had $1 million or more, whatever,
Right.
I can't buy that expensive car. For me, this is me personally.
Right.
It had to be my wife. I'm begging me to go ahead and do it.
Nah, you gonna do that?
Probably. I'm a fighter for a minute, but
Right.
I just can't do it. Cause my mind is we had this conversation before. It's like we still celebrating people getting CEOs of Fortune 500 companies.
So what if it
and
was
not creating that Fortune
what if it was a
500?
drug that was made by a black chemist?
Is it hurting our people?
Yeah.
It's no good. Anything that hurt us, cause we so far
But
back.
we own it.
Anything that hurt us is bad. I'm telling you. I
So
don't
we gotta
care how
own
many-
it. We gotta own it, and it's gotta be good.
Yeah, it got to be good. Got to be beneficial.
Okay.
Anything. That's how I look at it now. I guess I'm maturing. I look at it differently. I don't care if you done fed the homeless with the crack money or put people in school. If you done murder one person,
It ain't worth it.
it's not worth it. Now, if we come together and my man get laid off, that's what a real community to me is. If somebody get laid off a job and he needs some help, we should be able to help. Should be no egos because we so far behind.
Mm. Okay.
Even if we not blood, we still family.
Right.
Now, this the hard part. I always think about the word love. As black folks and black men, we should be able to tell each other we love you. I can't do it. I'm talking about it. But that part is hard for me because, you know, how we grow up. Saying love, I love you, bro. It don't come off right.
Can you do
know
your
what I mean?
brother?
Yeah, I can do my brother.
Oh, okay.
That's my brother.
Right.
But you know what I mean? I'm just saying we should have that. That should be us.
Yeah.
That spirit should be within us.
Right.
We shouldn't. I don't care if it's a stranger,
Yeah.
because we so messed up. We got to bring love. We got to show each other love. The actions got to speak louder than words, because I want to see everybody do good. That's why I try to support all those little black businesses. You know, what I can do.
Right.
But I look at stuff like, to show it, we got to speak it first. I think speak it first, actions come second.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because once you speak it and do it a few times, it become easy and normal. And everything else will flow right after. And your actions will go with it.
Right.
So, like I'm saying, I still say I can't say it. Just can't say, Joe, I love you, man. You know what I mean? It just don't.
Right.
It feel funny.
Right.
And it shouldn't. Because, you know, we if as you look at it as a kid, we probably would be easy for as a kid to say to another kid, love you, man.
Right.
But as a teen, older kid or adult, it's hard to say it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be like that. But I think a real community, I think it will be able to do it because there'll be less judgment.
Yeah. See, I'm in tune with my feelings, so I can say
yeah,
it.
who shut up. But my thing is, who are we to look down on one another? You know what I mean? I saw a clip of Mike Epps saying, we don't own nothing. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
And that's for real. When you die, you don't own nothing. We don't own our car now because we got to pay taxes.
Right.
You pay your car note. You got to pay for your tax every year.
Mm-hmm.
Your car, your home, you never pay. After you pay your mortgage, you got to still pay taxes.
Right.
If you don't pay taxes, what happens?
Somebody come get it.
If you don't pay your for your registrations at the end for your car, what happens?
Come get it.
You can't drive your car. So you don't own nothing. So I don't care if you got the $1 million car or a $10,000 car. If you don't do that, what's gonna happen? Can't drive.
Yeah.
If you got the $1 million house, I got a $50,000 house. If you don't pay no taxes, what's gonna happen? Go to foreclosure.
I'm gonna find it in the paper.
But at the end of the day,
and then you know what I'm tell you?
but
Love you, man.
oh man, but for real, man, I think that's a key factor.
Yeah.
And it's some more stuff I can get to, but I know it's getting late. And my boy Tim got about a 2-hour drive.
Yeah.
We appreciate you, bro.
Love you, bro.
We love you, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You
Was it
better,
hard?
you better say it back. Like old girl told us today, she came and said, love you. We said, all right.
That's fast. We said, I ain't say nothing.
She said, all right.
He said something. I ain't saying nothing. But like I said, to wrap it up, I guess we can call this show, do we really have a community? I mean, are we selling our culture for sale? Do we really have a culture?
You work on it.
Yeah, we work on it. I'm about to come up. That's what I already did.
Even if you got it by the time you get home.
That's why I said it to the mic. So
Right.
So Tim could remember for us when he asked, what we gonna name the show? Do
Right.
we really have a culture?
Yeah. So
Now
give you a shout out. What's your IG?
Well, mine's is Ant Little 25 on IG.
Okay. I'm Joel.Liner. Tim, we the fifth?
We the fifth on Instagram,
We the fifth.
and we the blueprint.
WE TAG
Oh,
5
number 5.
TH. Look for Tim. You got contact. You got brown contacts. Man, like Donnie says, them ain't his real life.
30-year-old with contacts and some nasty. Some colored contacts.
Yeah.
And nasty.
I think we have had one dude come here like that.
Oh man, I don't want to hear about it. Anyway, we the Blueprint. Like, subscribe, share.
Oh man,
We out.
I ain't get too deep.